Imagine you're in a mall, a crowded mall, one with a crowded food court where everyone is waiting. There's people literally sitting with their food in their hands, waiting for an empty seat at the table. You see to your left the Lego store, filled with all the little kids that smell like diapers, and you just have the random urge to yell Mr. Beast's name. I don't know why, but I have a very dark tendency to just want to scream Mr. Beast's name out. Also, we got the bonus chest here. We're gonna be doing a single player run. We're gonna be doing a nice single player world. We'll see how it goes. Looks like we spawned in the snow biome. That's kind of rare. Got the bonus chest because the bonus chest is good. No one gets the bonus chest. And the reason why I want to scream Mr. Beast's name in public so badly is because I just want to see how people will flock around and just kind of look aimlessly because, you know, there's no Mr. Beast is not there. So like, where are you gonna go? Like, would all the kids at the Lego store just start like running out and look for Mr. Beast? And the reason why I say this is because I've watched some Twitch streams before where a Twitch streamer would be in a public place and, you know, Disneyland, usually Disneyland. For some reason, a lot of Twitch streamers like to go there. And you just see like people screaming their names randomly, just being like, oh, look, XQC or something. And I understand why people would want to go take a picture with their favorite YouTuber, but I don't know. If I saw someone like that, I wouldn't take a picture with them personally. I would just kind of be like, what's up? And then just kind of mind my own business. I might sound too cool for school, but that's just how it is. All right. I do not want, I do like the snow biome, don't get me wrong, but I want to live somewhere there because it's easier to just kind of navigate. I also hate powdered snow. This is the latest version. Alrighty, we're gonna live right here because this is kind of like a little nice area. We got all these pieces of poo-poo on the floor. This world will be a great start, a great adventure. Another reason why I would want to scream Mr. Beast's name out in public is just the idea of it. Mr. Beast is, if you don't know, I would consider him a pretty introverted person from just the looks of him, the way he like has the way he stares and glances at people. And I mean, there's reasons why he's talked about. If you're an OG Mr. Beast viewer, which I kind of am, you would know why he is like that. But I won't explain why. So it'd just be funny telling people like, oh, look, there's this very socially outgoing. I mean, he will be socially outgoing, but not necessarily wanting the attention that he gets being everywhere. So it'd be funny just thinking that like this person who really doesn't want that sort of attention, you know, doesn't want doesn't want pictures of their car being taken, doesn't want to constantly have people like potentially cause problems, although he's happy to make people happy. It's just funny. It is masterful trolling. As for the house, nothing too crazy, just thinking of we'll just make a simple house here. It's funny to think about how YouTubers have such a big status nowadays. Like back in the day, I remember when you were considered, and I mean still is kind of considered weird. But nowadays, like old people will be like, "Oh, you're a YouTuber, that's amazing," and they'll be like, want to know how like cool and tech savvy you are and whatnot, which is like, I guess it makes sense with the way that the world has changed. I don't know if my intrusive thoughts of me screaming Mr. Beast's name will ever come out. Maybe it will, who knows. Maybe I'll make a YouTube video where I'm just like screaming Mr. Beast's name in public places to see people's reactions, which would be pretty problematic, but who knows. Nowadays, with how YouTube is, people are trying to make the most viral like content. I know this is a generic looking house, but we'll make it look nicer in the future. Right now, I'm just trying to build something. I am curious how many people have those impulsive urges where they just like they want to do something that's just like I guess it is a common trait people talk about, like screaming fire in a building. Obviously, no one would act on it, or some people would. I guess if you have like Tourette syndrome or something, you'd start yelling fire. But for most people, I believe I want to say people have those urges. Write down in the comments if you have those like random urges. But I think yelling Mr. Beast's name in a public area would be it'd be pretty nice because it's not the most socially unacceptable thing to do, but also at the same time it definitely is an inconvenience. But it's like it's only an inconvenience because the people who would care, it would be weird. It's like it attracts like a type of person. Because like in my mind, if you're trying to go scout out Mr. Beast all because you heard someone scream his name, I mean, I can't judge who you are as an individual, but I would say I think there's more important things in life than trying to find Mr. Beast. But who knows? Maybe you'll pitch a product to him and he'll work with you. But who knows? Imagine if it becomes a viral trend to just start screaming famous YouTubers' names or just famous celebrities' names in public spaces, even though they're not there, and it actually ends up being a good thing because, you know, like Messi is he's a pretty introverted person. He doesn't like to. To me it seems like he doesn't like getting 50,000 photos a day in public whenever he's like trying to eat with his family or something. So it'd probably help. It would help out all those people. Just whenever you would scream their name in public spaces, they wouldn't have to deal with random strangers asking for pictures and whatnot, because they're just not going to come. They're gonna be, the trend will be so popular that people will think, oh, like, haha, what a funny person. You're trying to trick me into thinking that this famous celebrity or Mr. Beast is right here, like in the same building. Like, how's that possible? And when in reality he is there, and it ends up being that people treat him like a normal person or don't even look at him. They just think it's just unbelievable. So in a way, those impulses, as dangerous as they may sound, they may be beneficial. Might be a net positive to the, maybe I figured out a solution to the big YouTuber celebrity crisis. Oh my. We're going to need to do a little bit of food stuff. I don't have any coal, which is kind of unfortunate. Don't know why I can't find coal. So I'm going to make charcoal, as inconvenient as that is, and then we're going to go down there and see what we can get. We're going to look for diamonds. But yeah, in reality, if you think about it, Mr. Beast would thank me. He wouldn't have to deal with all the random strangers that are coming up to him and being like, can I get a picture? I mean, he would still have it, obviously, but not to the extreme degree that he does now. Same goes for most celebrities. It is funny because it feels like the internet has made people. It's like there's so much of a importance on social proof nowadays with the internet that it makes trusting people like harder, because now you need social proof. It feels like people have a harder time trusting other people now, because they need that social proof. They need hardcore evidence for every little thing, which is, it's whatever. It's how how society evolves. But also maybe it is a benefit to start getting people to start moving around, get people out of their normal routines. Say if they respond to someone saying Mr. Beast is in like the same area as them, maybe it's something for them to talk about. I would talk about that if someone was screaming Mr. Beast's name. I'd be like, yo, I was at the mall and there was a guy screaming Mr. Beast's name. Maybe he was there. I didn't know. I didn't see him. Not the prettiest looking house right now, but in the future it's gonna look nicer. You gotta bear with it. You gotta trust the process. As I was saying, watching those Twitch streams, you usually see kids running around or following said streamer. So I'm wondering how those kids chasing around and following said streamer would act in the event that someone randomly calls out a streamer's name? Would they just be like running around in the mall, for example? Would they just be taking laps? Would they turn into Usain Bolt all because they heard Mr. Beast's name? You know what? If I did hear a person call out a certain YouTuber's name or something, I think I would make a run for it. I would go check out what's going on and see. Oh, is Tyler Ninja Blevins here? The best thing about yelling Mr. Beast's name in particular is because it's just the aura that he provides. People just have this assumption, oh, Mr. Beast's around. Can I get a free $1,000 from him? And people, I assume people ask him for money every single second. You know what? Imagine screaming Mr. Beast's name out loud and also saying that he's giving out free money if you do something. Like if you take your shirt off, Mr. Beast will give you $1 million. Like, would people, just from that alone, would people trust you? Even though they've never seen Mr. Beast, they just heard that. I don't know. That's like a social experiment. They can make some scientific study on that, honestly. It's like, it would go down in the history books as like something in like human behavior. I don't know, in general, just group thinking, like the bystander effect, anything of that nature. It's always sounded interesting to me. It's weird because it's like, I personally don't feel like I'm a victim to the bystander effect, but also I wouldn't be surprised if it's an unintentional thing. Because one day when I was at school, I saw a person who was just on the sidewalk with like completely scraped and bruised because what apparently happened is they were on an electric scooter and they were going full speed. If you live in a city area, you'll know what I'm talking about because for some reason, oh gosh, that's not good. You'll know what I'm talking about because, oh boy. You'll know what I'm talking about if you live in a city area because companies like Uber and Lyft, they've completely infested cities with electric scooters and anything like mobility, like in the bikes and everything. And if you're especially in a college town where every kid is grabbing one of those to commute and they just like leave them, it's a bit of a problem. But that person, apparently someone wasn't looking where they were walking and they collided, and he tried to like save himself by going onto the grass, but ended up flinging himself and he just got scraped on the sidewalk anyways. It's pretty unfortunate. I did end up reaching out to him and giving him some water and like some ointment. But before I helped, oh, slime. But before I even helped him, I didn't actually help him until I checked around the area. And the reason why was because, as dumb as this is gonna sound, I thought someone like stabbed him or something. I thought like, okay, maybe there's a criminal here. Like, why is a person this like badly bruised and injured? Like, would that have been the bystander effect at play, that I checked around before I helped them? I don't think so, because at least for me, like, the intention to help him was there. And I did eventually do help him, so I guess I wouldn't qualify in that regard to like the bystander effect of just like who is like the person that was literally at the scene and did not bother to help and just went on like with their day. Like, I guess that is like those people are like the conundrum. As bad as it sounds to be someone who wouldn't help someone in like a situation like that, if you are that person, I honestly, like, I kind of don't blame people for that. Like, I get it. People have this like sense of justice, like doing the right thing and whatnot, and that is a good thing. But also, I think at the same time, just sometimes you just gotta observe your surroundings and just kind of figure out, like, is this the right call to make? People don't really self-reflect like that, which or reflect on situations like that in real time, which I don't blame them. Like, even for me, there are some things where like I'll do something and I won't think about it until like a couple days later, and I'm like, oh wow, I should have just done this instead. Ooh. If people had more information, I believe they would go out and help. I mean, this person needs help because of this, this, and this. There's like a little imaginary sign that was plastered on their face that said that. I'm pretty sure people would reach out and stuff. I feel like people just, they don't act on limited information, which is whatever. I don't know if the bystander effect and an impulse like that go hand in hand, but I feel like it would, just because I guess the bystander effect has to deal with the good intentions or doing something that's good, because it is interesting to see how people will do the not so good thing or not so hospitable thing just because other people aren't doing it. You know what? Maybe it follows the bystander effect, because if I'm able to say Mr. Beast's name out loud and people start getting fatigued because other people are saying Mr. Beast's name out loud in random public places around the world, and so like no one's actually going around to find him and take pictures of him and stuff when he's like trying to order a burger or something. Maybe it is the bystander effect at play. Like people, they just don't want to do it as well because it's a good thing. Like, yes, saying Mr. Beast's name out loud in a public space isn't the same as helping someone out in person, but I think it's pretty close. I mean, you're still saving someone, you're still helping someone out. Obviously, maybe one's considered a little bit better, but like that guy is gonna heal eventually, right? He's fine. Those bruises are gonna heal. He's gonna be like a nice, clean, squeaky clean person. He'll take a shower and feel like better. I think that's all to say that we just need to start saying Mr. Beast's name out loud in public. We need to start screaming famous celebrities' names out in just the most like crowded places you can think of possible. Like imagine going into an IKEA at like lunchtime and when everyone's shopping, in the middle of the day on a weekend, and just screaming, you know, Mr. Beast, or like I Show Speed or something. Like maybe that's what the world needs right now. Maybe we just need like a lot more randomness in this world, so people, they start having to make decisions for themselves and think critically. They can't just like bide their time. They have to actually think like, okay, what is going on? It definitely would inconvenience people though, but I think it doesn't matter at the end of the day. Who cares? You know, why would you care so much if someone like me were to yell a person's name out in public? It's your fault for trying to go find him. Okay. Oh. No! Let me out! Okay, I'm good. And we're back at Home Sweet Home. Over here, I believe. I think. Hopefully. Yep. Home Sweet Home. I would say it's a semi-fold. Just nice run. We got a house down. We got some diamonds. Pretty easy. Pretty typical. We'll see what we do with this afterwards. Just gonna get some of the goodies. Put this back. I guess that's it for today. Let me know if you would scream Mr. Beast's name out in public for no reason, just to see how people act, see people running around, getting all messy and thinking, oh, Mr. Beast, when in reality it's just you doing some masterful trolling.